Simon and Schuster Audio presents The Boy, Stirling Moss, A Life in 60 Laps. Written and read by Richard Williams. Chapter 1. The Last Trophy. Shepherd Market is a small village in the centre of London, on the edge of Mayfair, bounded by Curzon Street to the north and Piccadilly to the south, where for a couple of centuries the signs of discreet wealth and loose morals have happily coexisted. On a summer's day in 2017, I walked up one of its narrow streets with a bag containing a silver statuette about 18 inches tall, the figure of a racing driver from a bygone era, in helmet and overalls, goggles slung round his neck. I was on my way to deliver it to the house of the man on whom it had been modelled, and who, long ago, was known to the newspapers and their readers as the Boy. A week earlier, I'd been due to accompany Sir Stirling Moss and his wife, Lady Susie, on a trip back to Pescara, halfway down Italy's Adriatic coast, for the 60th anniversary celebration of a famous victory. The race in 1957 had fascinated me ever since, barely 10 years old, I read a report of it in my father's daily newspaper. This was a World Championship Grand Prix thrust into the calendar at the last minute, run over a 16-mile course on public roads, from a seaside resort up into the villages in the foothills of the Abruzzi Mountains and back again. Moss drove a Vanwall, a British car, beating the powerful Italian teams on their own patch for the first time. Later I'd written a book about it, filled with stories and memories, including his, from a vanished age. After it was published, I was invited to Pescara to take part in a film about the history of racing in the city. Now I'd been asked to return for the anniversary, accompanying the guests of honour. Sadly, Stirling couldn't make the trip. 6 months earlier, he'd been taken ill on the way home from visiting Australia. What seemed at first like a straightforward respiratory infection had worsened and turned into something else. After several weeks in a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?